wheels. They're certified Neapolitan pizza kitchen, catering kitchen, and it's local, right here in Rochester. So inside this kit, you have several containers. It comes inside this plastic bag as well with the directions, but let's just check out what's in here. Okay, so in these small little portion containers are 3 things. You have mozzarella cheese, which is liquidy, and we're gonna drain the liquid off of that. You have the yeast and salt sugar, or yeast sugar salt combination that I'll show you what to do with that. You have a topping mixture, which can be identified by having oregano and basil and Asiago and Parmesan cheeses. So those are the 3 smallest containers. You have 3 half-size containers, and in these are sauce, shredded mozzarella, and flour for rolling. And then last but not least, this is the structure of your pizza crust. This is the flour. And what you're making is, with the half amount of flour, a slurry. So if you're at home and yours doesn't look as thick as mine, that's actually better. So you're just giving the opportunity for the yeast to wake up, the flour to hydrate a bit before you put that other half of your flour in. So if it's, I probably took a little more than half, you can put the rest in. Now you can add the rest of this. And remember, that's all for your, so we're gonna just incorporate this flour, and I like this tool, but if you don't have this tool at home, you know, you can use a rubber spatula or a wooden spoon just as easily. Only your hands, you were born with those tools. All right. So now it's got most of the flour in there incorporated, and I'm gonna just take this and I'm gonna take this excess flour, since I'm gonna need it anyway, and I'm gonna turn it out and put my dough in there. And I'm gonna have this on the ready, because when it starts to stick to your hands, you wanna put a layer of flour in so that it doesn't, so you don't lose all your dough. So by the time you don't, all right. So I'm gonna keep mixing this until you get this consistency. Now it's starting to fight me a little bit, and you can feel the gluten developing, and it's getting a little tough. And so we can pick up this rest of this flour, but it really is not sticking to my hands anymore. And you're gonna keep kneading this and kneading this and kneading this until that texture that's gritty and bumpy is gonna go away. And if you need more flour, you know, sprinkle it on and keep kneading. But it's not even been, you know, it's a couple minutes. And so I'm gonna knead it a little longer, and it's gonna change its texture quite quickly. And it's really, because it's high gluten, it is an upper body workout. So just so you can see the consistency difference. Now this is doubled in size, but you can see the consistency difference. This little dough ball is gonna start to get that smooth texture as you knead it. And just put a little drop of oil in there so it doesn't stick, like that. And you take this little dough baby that you just made. Now you wanna make sure that there's no dusting of flour on there. So you can take that bench scraper and you scrape away all this flour. Make sure you do so in a container and not on your floor, right? You want to clean as we go and leave a clean space. But we have this oiled bag now, and you could take this, there's no more flour on there, and it's not sticking to my hands, as you can see. So you can keep kneading this till it's a little softer, but it is really fighting me. So whenever you work with dough for breads or pastas, pizza, there's what's called a bench rest. Now, you could take this in this bag. The gas is gonna start to emit from the yeast eating the sugar and giving out CO2. So your bag is gonna get filled with overnight. I would definitely advise that. So that's the process of how to make the dough in your kit that's risen overnight. And you wanna try to touch it as little as possible, and we'll sprinkle, the directions will tell you to sprinkle a little flour, and you're going to stretch your dough and work with a floured surface. So if it's a little sticky, you know, no problem. And I oiled the bag. You want to keep the dough in this little disc shape if you can. That's just easier for you. So I'm gonna flour my hands, and I'm just gonna press out with flat hands and flat fingers till about the size of a Frisbee disc. Careful. So I'm gonna kind of zoom in on this because that's that gluten mesh that we talk about. If the dough is developed enough, it's gonna have this stretchability, and you can see it, the strands in there. I don't know on camera how that's coming off, but now we can actually take this. So you can use that bench scraper that we love so much, or a dry towel there, and just take it. And now that it's this Frisbee size, if you want to, you can transfer it to your pan. Now, this stick over here so I can push it or stretch it. That was that hole that I had, so I'm gonna avoid that like the plague. All right, and it's got some air there underneath, that's fine. Again, remember, you could oil this. If you have cornmeal at home and you wanna use that, that's fine too. They smell fresh, you can smell it. I don't have my smell-o-vision on. So, you know, spread it out how you like it. I like a crust. Then you're going to take, and remember to K-Go, clean as you go. And these containers are great for leftovers and things, so wash them. And this is the shredded mozzarella, and so you're gonna just put this out, spread it out. You know, again, it's plenty. I've had this pizza, it's great. The end product is nice. Going in these phases to take pictures along the way. Like this would be a prop, this would be something, one of the photos of your pizza in process. Now there's a lot of liquid in here, so I'm gonna catch it in this bowl. You don't wanna have all that liquid on your cheese. You could even kind of squeeze out the excess. And you can even leave these in these little strips, or you can break them up so that you have a little more. To clean everything, wash all your dishes, clean your counters, and not have a mess. And I'll see you back here. I take mine off the pan. I would definitely oil your pan, and with a